here. Yep, yeah. Bus driver here. Brothers and the ladies and the haters that are most definitely watching. Did I say it right? Yeah, brothers and the ladies and the haters are most definitely watching. Yeah. So, what do I want to yicky-yak with you today? Well, a lot of drama going on. A lot of drama going on. The YouTube spaces, in the internet spaces, in the streets in real life, in Africa. A lot of drama has been going on. Time and time again, the BWs, because we have to bring it back down. Now, while you are listening to a brother's rant, you are enjoying the images of fellas who are making different choices in their lives. And they're exercising their options. They're freeing themselves from the okie doke. They're not going to repeat the same mistakes that their fathers have done in trying to reinvest in the community that wishes to abort them as black males, wishes to delete them. What we're finding out is, no matter how many times these ladies keep telling you brothers how they really feel about you, you guys act shocked. You simps, I guess. You act bewildered. You act amazed. A lot of other, people too, women too, that's been around this space. When these ladies tell you they don't want a blue-collar man, they don't want a truck driver like that, they don't want a bus driver like that, you guys act like this is some new news. And you're trying to analyze it, break it down. You guys try to, it seems like you're trying to negotiate with these broads to try to get them to understand that you are worthy of that type of respect as a man because you make a certain amount of dollars an hour. You get good benefits. They ain't trying to hear none of that. They keep telling you over and over and over again. Mind you, these ladies won't have a problem marrying a homeless bozo named Brad, your bottom shelf Brads. They won't have a problem marrying a dusty, struggling white guy, tattooed from the floor up. The type that want to be Eminem, Vanilla Ice, that type of guy. They won't have a problem struggling with him. But with you, no. With you, they ain't trying to settle for no regular working class Joe if he's black. Oh, they'll be married and homeless with the kids, with the white dude. But not you, not you. Time and time again, they tell you how they really feel. And you guys still are loyal like an old ass hound dog. No matter how many times you get beat, no matter how long you are chained to that damn tree, you still gonna be loyal. You still are gonna come back around because you're afraid that you're not gonna get that pretty girl from the community. let me ease your mind. You're not going to get that pretty girl from the community. If you didn't get her while you was in high school, maybe in college, you're not going to get her now. As a man in his 30s, 40s, 50s. She's not checking for you like that. So I don't know why these guys continue to want to have debates with these broads. It is useless. They're going to tell you that it doesn't matter how many bodies they have, as in how many men they slept with. That shouldn't matter, because they're always going to have some guy that's going to come out and defend and say things like, well, the chick that's not out there sleeping around in her 20s and stuff is not going to be, presented to the public. She's not going to have all the fun and all the different relationships, and guys aren't choosing her because she's not out there loose booty with it. But the girl that is, she's like a Louis Vuitton bag on display. Guys are going to take her for a walk. That's right. Guys are going to take her for a walk. And the simps are right. Many of you men are going to still try to pluck that broad that's been used over and over and over again. This is why you guys still be on the internet, subscribe to these broads. You guys still on the internet arguing with them, showing up in chats, showing up on podcasts, on Zoom meetings, whatever it is, to go toe to toe, and you don't even know. What you don't even know is what's crazy. I know this is a rant, but you don't even know that a year after Kevin Samuels passed away, it is as if all his talking points never even existed. Because you guys are still covering the same ground that he has supposedly covered. Because when I'm watching these videos, old videos of him analyzing these broads, these things have already been, all of those talking points that these broads be coming up with has already been destroyed and dissolved, right? Publicly, on the masses, millions of people watching it on replay. But yet, you go to these networks here and there, LaPeef and other, Rumble sessions, I guess, when people get together. All these dudes do is argue with these broads over the same subject matter. And these ladies still have the same talking points. Like, why are you going to bash the BWs? It's not all of us. White people do it too. Another subject. Apparently, I've been following for a while on and off the drama that's been going on in the continent of expats going over to Africa and stuff. I've talked about it before. How they go over there and it's not what they think it is. They get fleeced by the locals. The other expats over there, they come from America. Many of them are robbing the new arrivals from America. The new arrivals don't understand that they're a mark. They're like tourists walking around in New York City, where the local, the sharks can see. he's not from around here. He's a tourist. We're gonna see if we can pickpocket. We're gonna see if we can fleece him to buy some stupid shit. This is what's going on. Women are getting robbed, blowing their retirement money, sold everything in the States for a dream, and they come to Africa only to be disappointed and then leave hating them, right? I've seen this in real time. A broad goes over there, makes videos talking about how she's going to start up a network and this and that, getting into some entanglements with other expats. People accusing them of stealing money here, people accusing them of stealing money there. Then the broad runs out of money. Got to start begging folks. Got to make some hard decisions. And then fly your ass back to Atlanta. Talking cash shit about the African continent. Calling them booty scratchers and everything. So, I was watching a brief video that BGS did showing Alan Holsterman, I believe. If that's his name. Now, then I went to go check out his video itself. When he was interviewing another brother who's an expat that's been over in Tanzania for like 3 years. And he's talking about how the broads getting over there are showing up, that he met several of them that get in a relationship with the local guys. And they ain't having all that lip. Them local cats, they come from a patriarchy, they're not having all that lip. And they're putting hands on these broads, upside the head. And these broads got no recourse. You can't Me Too these guys. They're in the continent. This is Africa. Y'all taking the pimp hand strong. From them Tanzanian brothers. And your bank account is getting drained. Because not just because the locals are fleecing you, because you look like a mark, because you coming over there talking all of that Afrocentric shit, thinking my brother, my peoples, my family, and you ain't their family. I've said this before, you're not their family. And now, when you run out of money, and not only do the locals fleece you, but your expats are doing you dirty. You thought that was family. Nah. You thought you was going to go over there. He's talking about broads thought they were going to come over with $1,000. And they were going to live good for 10 years off of $1,000. What? They thought they could buy a house or get an apartment for $10. What? No, you gotta hustle. And you ain't got no excuses over there. You can't use the white man. Because it's all blackity blackity black. Then they're finding out how good America is for the BWs. They realize how good it is, how they getting over like a fat rat here in the States. Because when you go over there to some other countries where they don't give a shit about your oppression, where they don't care about you supposedly being discriminated against, where they ain't feeling your black girl magic or black this or blickety black that, they putting their hands on you. Any of you brothers that are listening, right? If you're a black man that's listening, you're a young cat, listen, it's a done deal. It's been a done deal for a while, but it's a done deal, fam. this so-called black community that which never really existed since the 70s. It's gone. It's not coming back because it was not a true culture. It was not a natural culture. It was one that was made by parameters of other groups of people who decided where you can and you can't go, where you can and you can't sit, what you can and you can't eat, where you can and you can't eat it at, who you can and you can't marry. Those were the boundaries. And your community, you had to develop within that pressure cooker. You relieve that pressure, you have what you have today. The women left first. They bailed out first. And that was the end of that shit. So you as a black man should not be the last one hanging around like a dumbass rat listening to the band play as the Titanic goes down. Abandoned ship. You should have been gone a long time ago. Still on the internet arguing with grown-ass women who can't keep a man their damn self. Mad bus driver out. Let me come back with a PS for that ass. Let me come back with a PS for that ass. Listen. You're not going to go over to Africa and make the Africans bend for you. You're going to bend for the Africans. They're not going to take no okie doke from you. You're not a white man. Do you understand? I need you to also understand something. If you are a BW and you need to get it. You need to. There's a lot of white women that are going to Africa, to Kenya and Tanzania. And they're getting wifed up. And somehow they can adjust from Europe to Africa with those African men and have families. There's YouTube channels. They have them. American white women going to... They have Amish white women getting wifed up by Kenyans. In Africa, you could go look it up. We Are Homesteaders, as I believe is a channel. Something McKinsey in Kenya. Some shit is another channel. There's channels. There's a lady that goes around, an African Tanzanian lady that goes around and interviews people. And a lot of her videos are interviewing white women who have relocated to Africa, got wifed up by African men, and are starting families. More and more of these videos are popping up. Meanwhile, you're going over there on some Afrocentric shit because you listen to Umar Johnson and Tariq Nasheed. And you get slapped up and down. You taking boots to the dome. I'm sorry, they're not even wearing boots. It's just straight hard feet. This is what you're taking. And them white broads are getting wifed up left and right because they can adjust. You can't adjust. It's not your continent. It's not your people's. You are a foreigner just like everybody else. You're going to have to adjust to them. Mad bus driver out.